Hello and welcome back to the Game Collection podcast. I'm your marketing boy, Matt, and I'm joined once again, as always, by the man with the plan. It's Mr. Jack here.
I do not have any plans, but I am here. Strong start. No plans, no tactics, just vibes.
No tactics, just vibes. That's how we roll. That's not true, because every week we do lay out a structure of community questions.
We do.
But yeah, without you guys, there'd be no structure. So
there really wouldn't be any.
It'd just be two men vibing randomly.
Like, two grown man children having at it.
Just, what should we talk about today?
Games.
Quick disclaimer before we start. All of these thoughts are our own. So publishers, please don't be mad. Please don't sue us. It's not that deep. But
we're just two silly lads.
Chatting nonsense.
Yes, under the Game Collection name.
Yes. But not representative of the Game Collection's opinions as a business, necessarily. So yes, just a tiny little disclaimer there. But do you know what? You can probably see if you're watching this on YouTube or you're experiencing the video podcast version on Spotify, you might be able to tell that it's quite sunny where I am, Jack. The sun is shining in the UK. Obviously, you get this a lot in France, but it's so rare. And you will remember the sun is a rare Pokemon.
I heard tales of it as a child. I heard tales of the sunshine as a small boy. But yes, it wasn't until later in life that I experienced sunshine on my skin for the first time in the south of Wales. In the south of France, as you say, yes, things are remarkably different.
Yeah, but today, and this is the thing, this is the third day running where we've had sunshine, and so I was wheeling my young boy off to nursery this morning, and I stuck on my summer playlist for the first time this year, which is riddled, because I'm a millennial, so it's riddled with pop punk and basically the American Pie road trip, Euro trip soundtracks. That's summer.
I have no
summer
notes.
To me.
Yeah, walking Max to nursery with Blink-182's "Every Time I Look for You" in your ears.
That's literally the first song that came on as my shoes hit tarmac, right? It was just oh, it's gonna be a good day, Max. It's gonna be a good day.
Why you left him, but the censor begs that question. Yep, amazing.
It's just summer vibes in March. Beautiful things. But it got me thinking, because also on that playlist there are a few other. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that you're all celebratory over 3 days of sunshine, but your ass is going to pay for it with 3 months of rain.
April. The phrase "April showers" exist for a reason.
Yeah.
There's always a springtime pendulum swing, Jack. There always is in the UK. It's just.
I rang home last night. And spoke to my grandfather, and he asked how I was. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. You? And he loves the sun. Honestly, he's one of those people that gets very depressed in bad weather, which is a very real thing, right? And he's like, I'm really good. We had our summer today, and he genuinely meant it. You can see the man's face. He's half joking, but there was genuine meaning behind the fact that he believed the summer had now come and gone. Congratulations. Heartbreaking to watch.
It is true, though.
Heartbreaking.
Seasonal affective disorder is a real thing, but I've got a remedy for it. I've actually got a remedy for it. Genuinely.
Sunbed?
It's gonna, yeah, potentially. But also no. I don't think we should fight the seasons. I think in essence, we need to take our cues from nature and just shut it all down. Just shut everything down for 5 to 6 months when the weather gets cold, and let's just get all cozy. Let's go into hibernation. The work can just chill, and then we just come out of it around this time of year as the sun comes out when we're all in much better moods. And then, we can. It's basically, you know how the 4-day working week is a thing that Sweden has proved actually works. Please make it work in the UK, guys, please.
Please.
Like, what I'm talking is a 6-month working year.
So
everyone
here lives in an idealistic world. Everybody.
Yeah, man. Like, sack it off for winter, and let's just go into hibernation, play some games, get all cozy, redo our homes so it's all like freaking Scandi Higger style, and it's just all really just blankets and autumnal leaves and fireplaces and lo-fi girl, and it's just the best.
Then you wake up and it's all a dream.
Yeah.
Max, you wake up to Max crying in the background.
I think Max would be happier because it's been a long ass winter. I think Max would be happier if we could just all hibernate as well. His mum and dad would just be like chilling with blankets. It'd just be soft and wonderful the entire time. We wouldn't have to deal with peak. we probably wouldn't get paid, but like that. Yeah, I have to work that out. But then you make all your money back again in the summer. Just move Christmas to June.
But those 10 years off your life that you lose during peak, you get to keep. I mean, that work-life balance.
We'd all be younger, man. I wouldn't have 4 grey hairs in my beard.
Pluck them on the weekly. I don't know why. I don't know why this has just come to me, and I may have even mentioned this previously on the pod. You talk about just like turning things on and off, or just in an idealistic world. I saw a TikTok not so long ago, and it was some guy saying, when I win the lottery, I'm going to buy LinkedIn, and then I'm just going to turn it off.
Yes, I'm here for that.
I want to live in a world where that thing does not exist.
It's so bad.
Just get it away from me.
Just kill it with fire. Throw it into the sea.
God, yeah, and what it breeds. Just get it gone. Turn it off. I pray somebody wins the lottery soon and turns it off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What has having a young child taught me about paid media B2B ads? Get in the sea, LinkedIn. Get in the sea. Anyway, I had a point. So my point was, I was walking to nursery, this banger summer playlist, and one of my favorite summer songs, Beatles, "Here Comes the Sun," very fitting, comes on. Anyway, so that's the basis for today's musical number.
Wonderful.
That entire 5-minute digression. It's just, here's the foundation for why this song has been chosen for today's musical number. And I'm gonna apologize up front, because do you know what? I struggled with this one because I almost didn't do one, because I'm just like, how do you follow last week's?
As I said on last week's pod, that was your best work. I don't think that's getting topped anytime in the next year.
I think we've peaked. I think it might genuinely. Sorry, listeners, it might genuinely be all downhill from here. Because I don't know how you follow damn band Total Eclipse of the Heart, Mario Ode. But here we go. It's quite a short one this week, but topical, because it's thank you to George Harrison and the rest of the Beatles. Really, really hope this doesn't get picked up by Content ID, because the Beatles famously okay, right. Sing this out of key. Crimson Desert, it's been a long time in the making. Crimson Desert, but can it match up to the hype? Here come the scores, pretty decent. Here come the scores, and they say it's all right. So yeah, there we go. I sort of topical Crimson Desert number for you this week.
Yeah, do you know what? It was inoffensive. It was kind to the ears. It was many things. It was middle of the road, ordinary, much like the Beatles. I don't care if they sue. Rolling Stones forever.
Paul McCartney doesn't listen to this. He's not going to get mad.
Aim big, man. Aim big. Swing for the fence.
Shout out my man Ringo, by the way. Like, I will defend Octopus's Garden, because that's a banging tune. I love that song.
I mean,
also, I love Thomas the Tank Engine, because who doesn't? And anything post Ringo doesn't exist to me. Like when I went no Ringo and we were going CGI, get in the C. That's not for me.
It's your favorite line in the world, that, isn't it? Get in the sea.
We've yeah.
I hear that from you.
Sometimes I like to put myself in the sea when it's a particularly tough day, as you will know, because I will send you a gif of a man
walking into the sea.
wading into the sea. But that is not this day, for today is sunny and beautiful and wonderful, and here comes the sun, and Crimson Desert reviews are out, and you know what? They're exactly what I thought they would be.
They are lower than I thought they would be. I don't know why. I just kind of just felt like there was so much like hesitation from people online, and I was like, and you normally that's a good indicator. But in this case, I was like, now we flip that on its head. I actually think this is going to be like high 80s. I think this is going to be high 80s. I don't know why, but I just got this feeling that all of a sudden everyone's going to be like, oh my God, I was incredibly wrong. Turns out they were right. It is very middle of the road. But
no, it's not.
Green.
No, it's not. It's Metacritic green.
Yeah,
it's Metacritic green. At the time of recording, it's sat on a 78. That's not middle of the road. Don't IGN this.
No. Hear me out.
78 is a good score.
We both spoke about this before the pod. Granted, it was via Teams and it wasn't face to face. But it's so cutthroat. It's so cutthroat these days, right? Anything that's I don't know, anything under 80, 85 is heavily scrutinized, or it has that feel of meh. And that unfortunately is the internet's fault. Okay, because as you said,
it's publishers' fault. It's publishers' fault, because I think Metacritic has always been, I think 75 has always been green, or it has been for as long as I can remember. But when we talked about this on the previous pod, it was when was it Oblivion? No, was it Fallout New Vegas? Obsidian were basically, Microsoft said, not Microsoft, someone, Bethesda said, like, yeah, you get this to 85 plus, you get a bonus. And I think it got an 84. And it was like, what? And since then, like ever since then, you've had this sort of calcification of that kind of upper strata of aggregated review scores. And you're right, the internet has helped solidify this into a thing. But we should fight against it, Jack. When we can be bothered.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let me just find some energy here for a second. I will say, just on your point with 75 being green, yes, I'm almost certain that the when Fatal Frame 2 came out last week before, I want to say last week, I think it hit a 75 and then it dropped, which was green, and then it dropped to a 74 and it went amber. I'm almost certain. So yeah. Just to validate your past thinking there, Matt. You are correct.
But yeah, like I think it's contingent on all of us to fight back against this narrative that anything underneath an 85 is because it's not true. It's not. I actually think so. I know we said code in box is the devil previously. I do think Metacritic leans that way. I think review aggregation is a real nebulous thing. I think it's bad for the industry, and I think it's don't like it. I don't like it because it removes nuance, right? And like it's good for discourse, right? I think, having review scores are nonsense. And I say that as someone who reviewed games for a living for 6 years. Review scores are complete nonsense.
That tracks.
And the only reason they exist is to facilitate conversation. Right, it's to try and build this kind of, because it like a review with a score will inevitably, especially in today's age of like nanosecond attention spans, will elicit a response far greater than a review without one. And while it's incredibly worthy, I think, to write a review that doesn't have a score at the end, sometimes it does help channel the mind a little bit. Sometimes if you lay out your scoring criteria really clearly, and this has been lost completely because IGN, and if you're consistent with it, which again has been lost because IGN, I think it can be valuable. But pretending that reviews are in any way objective is inherently flawed. Reviews are always going to be biased. They're always going to be subjective. And the best thing you can do, and us, is find critics that you vibe with and listen to them, wait for audience scores, and just make up your own mind. But I
I
think,
do think,
consensus
I
is
do think,
rubbish.
I do think some of it though as well. Like, look, everything is expensive these days, right? Everything just
Yes.
feels like everything just costs more. People
It
will
does.
always, well, because it does. People will always look for, people have to be careful, myself included, you included. Like, we have to be careful in where we're going to spend on what we're going to do. So it's an indicator, right? That's all it is, as you say, and it has to be taken with a pinch of salt. But I think that's actually our discussion here for the start of this pod, wasn't it? Was, are review scores important? It's like,
Yes.
well, they are for facilitating conversation, as you say, and actually giving some people a helpful hand in deciding where they're going to spend their money, or if they're going to wait till a game drops in price, or so on. But in a perfect world, we would always encourage anybody to make their own mind up. Play a game. How many games have we played in the past that you love and your friends like awful? Like it's no, but it's true, right? It's all personal preference. Like there'll be plenty of games
And that
where
exists in reviews as well, right? Like, so
yeah,
I'm not saying reviews are bad. I love reviews. I like reading them. I really enjoy. There are a few publications and a few writers specifically that I vibe with, and I always seek out their opinions and their reviews, because even if I might not agree with them, it's just I like the way they analyze things. And I think it's important. Like, I can read and enjoy a review and read and enjoy an opinion, and I can have conversations with people about things whose opinions differ to mine, and really enjoy the way that they break something down and make me think about things in a slightly different way. Sometimes that might influence my thinking. Sometimes it might not. That's absolutely fine. I think reviews are important. I just don't like the loss of nuance that comes with Metacritic itself. So I think, like, I'll always say, yeah, like, exactly to your point, I might love a game, someone else might not. That's visible in reviews as well. You might get someone for myriad reasons who's not an open world RPG. I'm sorry, Pearl Abyss, but it's got loads of RPG bits in it. It's kind of an RPG. He's not really a fan of that sort of thing, reviewing it because everyone else is on something else, right? Like there may come a circumstance where yeah, a Jack has to review something like this, and they're not going to have a great time. Ideally, as an editor, you want to avoid that, but yeah, what I'm saying is like, reviews are cool, but I think, yeah, personal agency is find the folks that you vibe with and whose opinions, who's not even agree with, but like trust their process and enjoy their writing or enjoy the way they analyze. Because there's so many great critics on YouTube now as well. I think that's the kind of make up your mind bit. It's not necessary. You don't have to, because it's impossible to sort of. Not everyone in the world gets a game and can make up their mind without dropping 70 quid, right? Like, that's the point, is that these things should help inform those decisions. But I think the big homogenized number helps far less than finding critics and finding publications whose kind of processes and ways of analyzing and discussing and breaking these things down vibes with you, right? That's really long, sorry.
No, let him cook. Let him cook.
You can tell, you don't get to do this for like half a decade without having thought about this sort of thing, like in this sort of way, right? Because like we were always like, how do we review? What's like so like, just sorry, random sidebar, but like I remember we invented a badge called Editor's Choice, and it was like, if a game's a 9 or a 10 out of 10, it doesn't need a badge because you already know it's a 9 or a 10 out of 10. And we made it specifically for games that got 6, 7s, and 8s that we loved but couldn't score higher. And like, the game that introduced that, a game that I compared favorably, in my opinion, to Crimson Desert, was Dragon's Dogma, because it was super janky, quite buggy when it launched, but the ideas and the ambition in it was so cool. It was like, look, if you can get over the lack of polish here, this thing is amazing. So here's a fucking badge, and this will help you determine, hopefully, that this is worth, if you see a 7 and you go, maybe this will help you get over that feeling. And it looks like, from what I've read this morning, Crimson Desert is a similar sort of thing. Loads of ambition, a bit rough around the edges. Maybe the writing's not quite up to, the standard of a bunch of the other mega open world RPGs that we've seen, The Witcher 3, anything Bethesda have ever done. Um, but like the ambition and from a gameplay mechanical perspective, and we spoke about this before, like is there, it's present, and from the looks of things, it's super, super fun. So yeah, probably whack that badge on this one.
Editor's choice.
Editor's choice. Like,
Posh.
yeah. Do you read reviews, Jack?
Only because I have to do review roundups. No. I look. I will always look at scores, and I will look more often than not at the verdicts. And just kind of for the summary at the bottom. In truth, I am not as heavily led by reviews as maybe as other people. For example, okay, I know it's a huge game, but for something like Resi, Requiem could have been given a 6 out of 10. I would have bought that day one.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered to me. I would have bought it, played it, and made my own mind up. And do you know what? Maybe I would have agreed it was a 6 out of 10, but I love that franchise. For games, I suppose, like it's been a long time. Obviously, what was the title of Pearl Abyss's last title? Is it Black Desert?
Black Desert
Was that?
Online.
Yeah, okay.
They love a desert.
There it is. I understand that it's not always going to be applicable, right? It be a franchise or it be something that has some pedigree that people will kind of take a gamble on regardless. But yeah, look, I'm not. If I like the look of a game and it's not, Metacritic like red or like getting fours, then I'm more than happy to take a chance on it. In truth, I don't really have this. It's a bit of a cop out, but I don't really have all that much time to game. So I've got an array of stuff in my backlog that I still haven't gotten to. Plus the stuff on PS Plus that I've got saved, ready to go. Like, really, new games have to come along and like absolutely like steal my attention for them to jump up the backlog list. So yeah, I don't say I wouldn't read. I don't read reviews as much as you do, or like kind of deep dive into them to find out exactly what people are thinking. I like a score and I like a verdict.
Yeah, I think like you made a really, really good point there, which is more games are being released now than ever before. Like it's like 20,000 games hit Steam every year at this point, or something close to that number, which is absolutely insane. But as you say, like something's got to come along from a new release that really makes you sit up and take notice. I didn't take notice, and I'm sure many people will be like this. I didn't take notice of Claire Obscure really until the reviews hit and went, this might be the best thing since Baldur's Gate 3. This might be the best thing since sliced bread. This is a game of the year. This is going to be game of the year, right? And I think at that point, that's a bit different, right? Because when a kind of 95 game comes along, then everyone sits up and takes notice. Elden Ring, same thing. I do not like Souls-likes. I bought Elden Ring because I'm like, oh, this might be the one. This might be the one to turn me. And I played it more than I have any other Souls-like, and ultimately still didn't finish it. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I was part of that moment in a way, even if it didn't vibe for me in the same way that it did for loads of other people. But like, I do think that the marketing campaigns, and we work in marketing for a retailer, right? I've worked in marketing for a publisher. Like, you are the conductor of the hype train. Your job is to generate this from scratch and like, yeah, to everyone get on board. And it's an increasing struggle, right? Because there is so much competition and so much noise, and it's harder than ever before. And we do have materially less money in our pockets than we did in years past. Inflation, cost of living, all of that jazz. So we have to be more careful with it. There's more distraction than there's ever been. Subscription models and TV and entertainment and Spotify and everything, right? Like, so there's more competition for your money, let alone competition just for games. So yeah, I agree with you. Something's really got to stand up and kind of make me take notice as well. But I think, to your point around Resi, I tend to know. Like, I tend to know if I'm going to get a game. But what I love about reviews and games media coverage and YouTubers and influencers as well is like the capacity to surface things that were never on my radar. It's like Baldur's Gate was always on my radar. you know, if whenever Casey Hudson's RPG comes to fruition, that's I'm gonna be pre-ordering that like
Yeah.
100%, right? Like anything Star Wars related tends to go straight into my basket. Doesn't matter how far off it is, right? But like this goes especially for indie games, and in the physical world as well, like cool collector's editions, which we try and kind of bring to the fore as well on our channels. Um, that's where I want third parties helping that discovery because there's so much out there. So yeah, yeah. When do you still pre-order?
It's rare. It's rare, to be honest. And again, but again, like I say, it's if something is like on my mind, and I'm upset. Obviously, I was lucky to get a copy of Resi on this occasion, but ordinarily, like that would have been a day one for me, regardless. Like
Yeah,
it would have been nailed on. Like so yeah. Look, if something is big enough and bold enough, and I can't stop thinking about it, I have absolutely no issue in locking in that pre-order, and yeah, like get that money gone from my account, get it gone. I know it's coming, and then watch the clock.
yeah,
But like, yeah, it does take something special these days for me. As I said, just because I don't really have a great deal of time to game. So when I do play, it's normally something that I am obsessed with. And then even if not, there's a casual thing to jump into. And we always talk about it, but some of the stuff I've got loaded on my console, like whether it's like jumping in and playing Croc for a bit, just as like therapy before sleep. It's what we do, right? It's just like these comfort kind of games and things that like, oh, I've got 20 minutes before, I've got 20 minutes before bed, or like, yeah, let's just jump in and have a quick game of Croc or something. Yeah, pre-ordering for me is normally reserved for something which is blowing my mind, or the hype at least is blowing my mind.
yeah. I'm the exact same. I've got Bond on pre-order, right? I think Michael
That's
Lockerbie.
actually one of the questions. Yeah,
Yeah, Michael Lockerbie. Shout out Michael, like diehard fan, always comments, always asks cool
appreciate you, man.
questions. Has asked, "What's the next big release you're hyped for following the release of Crimson Desert?" Pragmata and Saros are on my off the charts excited list, but I think Onimusha will be up there once the release date and pre-orders are announced. All three of those I'm hyped for. But the thing I'm hyped for most is Bond. I've got it on pre-order. I want that golden gun in my life. And yeah, IO Hitman with the Bond license. I've said it before on this podcast. I can't believe we've been saying it for years. It's actually happening. It's a marriage made in heaven. It looks so sick. I want to play it day one. And that's the thing, right? Like I don't care what the review scores are going to be like for that. I want to read them because I think it's important that it's important. I think people on the internet sometimes misunderstand this. Reviewers are not telling you what to think. They're telling you what they think.
Yeah,
And so I think most other entertainment mediums get this, but I think games and this it's the rage and simple-mindedness that created fan wars in the first place, right? Like you're allowed to like different things, you're allowed to have differences of opinion, but I think people get really really cross with games journalists because they think games journalists are trying to tell them what to think, and that's really not what's happening. Games journalists are trying to tell you what they think, and you're invited to be part of that if you want to. But like, it's okay. You are allowed to have your own opinion. Be chill. It's not that deep. But like, yeah, I I've loved everything I've seen of 007 First Light. I need it in my life. I'm excited to jump into it. I think like you, I don't even know actually if I'm going to check the reviews from that until I've played it. And then I'll want to kind of see, okay, cool, what did other people think of this? Does it vibe with my thing? Um, yeah, but that's the game I've got on pre-order. When Onimusha does go up, that's going to be there as well because oh yeah, that was one of my top 3 things I think we played last year at Gamescom, and it was fire.
honestly, yeah, I wish I'd gotten to play that because obviously we were on a time restriction, right? And yeah, I watched you play on Amusha, and yeah, it looked fire. I'll be honest.
I'm really glad
Um,
we played that before Resi because I don't think I would have been able to hold a controller after Resident Evil.
I mean, it was horrifying. Like, it really was. And I think that was the only saving grace for me when I was playing Requiem.
Saving grace
was purely accidental, genuine. Was that section with the girl was less horrifying to me, because the first time I experienced it, I was this close to a screen with headphones in a dark room, absolutely pooping my pants. Yeah. Wonderful.
Good times.
But yeah, Onimusha was definitely one that although I didn't get to play it, I watched you play, and you were like audibly excited.
Oh yeah.
you were like,
that's my jam. That's my jam.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
have you played Yotei yet? Have you played Ghost of Yotei yet?
No, if you remember, I got a copy of Yotei and it was damaged and did not work.
Boo.
Boo.
But yeah, like sword fighting coolness. That's my jam.
Yeah. So Pragmata as well. I watched you play the Pragmata demo, and that was cool. I don't know if it's something that I'm gonna personally love, but I saw multiple people online saying they really enjoyed the demo. So perhaps I should maybe jump in and give that a go and see how I feel.
It took me a little while to sort of get used to the sort of scanning mechanic, but
it's Capcom though, right? I mean, like,
but I love them. Let your freak flag fly.
Yeah.
Do these things. And again, just going back to Crimson Desert for a second as well. Like, if you've got, Crimson Desert is a kitchen sink game. The developers have clearly gone, oh man, yeah, I like all of these things from various different games and series and genres. And what happens if we just throw them all in? Like, and there's no editor there going, no, we can't do that. Like, there's no one there going, would that be too much? Nah, chuck it all in. And you know what? Do it. I love it. I love the ambition. And I think it's the same with Pragmata. It's a little weird. It's a little kooky. It's Capcom just doing their thing. But if you love that sort of ambition, buy these games, support these games, because, and I say that without my retail hat on, like, it's obviously we want to sell copies of Crimson Desert and Pragmata, but I think it's super important now, like, show publishers, show developers, if you like these sorts of games, go out and buy them. And because it's the only, it's sadly it's not even necessarily a guarantee, but it's the only way to kind of show that support in a way that means something to folks in a boardroom high up at a publisher. But yeah, if you love the ambition, even if they don't always like fully stick the landing, these flawed but ambitious experiences. I'm not saying Pragmata is going to be that, but like, yeah, so support them with your money, because dear God, I wanna see more of this stuff. We talked about it on a previous podcast, right? Like, more crazy out there single player experiences, like live service. Give us more of these wildly ambitious genre mashup single player experiences.
Yeah, and I think that's why it didn't sit with me at Gamescom last year. Crimson Desert, it was just way too overwhelming for me. I'm not capable. And that's not a game issue. That's a me issue. Do you know what I mean? That's what what I like to play and what I don't like to play. And for me, even the demo, like even just that opening sequence where it was supposed to like teach me what to do, I was like, I can't do this. I was like, this is so confusing to me. I'd like to leave now. And yeah, we were in there for what, like an hour and a half. It felt like an eternity. And that is
this perfectly illustrates why you should get the right people in to review the right games.
Exactly. Because yeah, it's not for me.
No. But that's okay. Because if it is for you, go buy it, love it. Let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
No, hang on. What's the next big release you're excited for?
I actually written the same as you. 007 First Light.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That and Lego Batman.
Oh, that's a shout, actually. Do you know, Yeah, I'm gonna change my answer, especially now because it's coming out a week earlier.
Mm,
To battle with 007 First Light, that means I can get me a week of Batman in before. Well, I say that in the perfect world. Where do I get a week's game in time? Jesus Christ, liar. But I could maybe sample Lego Batman a little bit and enjoy some Matt Berry before I probably take 6 months to complete
a little,
007 First Light.
a little Batman amuse bouche.
I see what you do. Yeah, so for me, Lego Batman actually, I think is gonna be a proper gem. Like, I was proper like we both were at opening night live at Gamescom last year when we saw the trailer. We were both just like audibly lolling.
Yeah,
Like it's yeah,
give us this.
epic.
Inject it into our veins.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
you want to get nuts?
I can't wait.
Yeah, hyped.
Can't wait. Thanks, Michael. Patrick Duffy over on Facebook has asked, this is close to my heart as well. Do you find it funny how quickly people rushed to get rid of their DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, and games once streaming took over? A lot of people sold off their collections thinking everything would always be available online. Now it feels like the opposite is happening. People are scrambling to buy it all back again and rebuild their collections. Do you think people regret getting rid of physical media, or is this just a nostalgia cycle?
So it's a great question, but for me, what immediately came to mind was the fact that over the years, and this is not just limited to gaming. This, as we know, I like my clothing. I spend a lot of my money on clothes, and the only way that sometimes I'm able to invest in further pieces that I really want is to sell some pieces to fund others. And I think that growing up, obviously we didn't have endless pots of money. We would have to sacrifice one thing in order to put it towards getting something else. And yeah, there's an element of the idea that, what I mean, it's like all these CDs or these DVDs, like CDs especially, do you know what I mean? It's like, because I love to be fair, I've still got the majority of my CD collection in storage back home. But it's like the idea that, oh well, I've got iTunes now, and that was even before they introduced the likes of Apple Music and Spotify, and it was just like, oh, I could just like, yeah, I've got iTunes, like I've burned all my CDs onto my iPod, everything is fine, get them gone, and it's like, yeah, we're in that age range, right, where we are a dying breed, where like we lived in what feels like, I mean, everyone feels like this, I guess, to a certain extent, but the glory days of physical media, growing up and having like video games with manuals and like guides and just everything. And like the smell of the box, and like you open it up and it just felt like a treasure trove, even though in reality, all it was a manual.
Just, manual and like a warranty sheet.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it's a tough one for me. Like I said, I'd love to have kept everything that I have acquired over the years, but some things have had to go in order to fund other things. It is a nostalgia cycle, though. I agree. I agree with that part of the question. It is, right. Like, one thing you look at and go, I'm never ever gonna, I mean, I'm no attachment to that anymore. And then 5-10 years later, you're like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
What was I doing? I wonder where that is now. I bet that's on the shelf of somebody who will never ever look down on it ever again. What did you do, Jack? It's a tough one to take, but we move.
I think like, our sister site TGC Collectibles, for all of your collectibles needs, sells Pokemon cards, and I despair looking back at the exact moment I can remember being like, oh yeah, not going to need these anymore. What an idiot. What an idiot. But I think to your point, I think like, yeah, I sold my N64 collection so I could get a GameCube. I sold my GameCube collection so I could get a Wii. Like, unless it's a privilege to have one console, let alone kind of multiple at the same time. And I think, there was an element of necessity there. Like, if you wanted the new stuff, sometimes you had to let go of the old. And all power to you if you managed to not do that. But I think, for many that would have been the reality, right? As kids. But as an adult, The thing that the thing that killed my DVD collection, and I like, so in The Holiday, which I know you hate it, is one of I love A, rom-coms, and B, Christmas films, and so, I think that's a great film. Um, but Cameron Diaz has like wall to wall bookshelves of DVDs, and that was the dream for me for a long time. And I had it, and then I had to move house,
Mm.
and I was like, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst. And so everything I did was like, I didn't get rid of the discs, so I've still got from Maplin, I think, pour one out for Maplin. Um, these sort of plastic silver briefcases that are just riddled, like full of CD and DVD sleeves. And so I've got like hundreds of DVDs in like 3 or 4 of those cases downstairs. But I had to get rid of like all of the boxes because I'm just like, no,
That would kill me.
that was
That
so it was so annoying though to pack up the boxes and like move them. It was so, and they took up so much space, and like I was so annoyed like getting into that, because it's like, whenever you move house and you're just like, there comes that point where it's like, do I need this? I'm gonna purge. I'm gonna throw this away. This, I cannot deal with packing any more stuff. Like, and you reach a point of just like, this is going out. This is going to the dump. Like,
yeah, yeah.
and I reached that trying to move my DVD collection. I was just like, this is not worth it.
The hassle. Get it gone.
Yeah. So I regret some of that. I did back them all up to a hard drive. And actually, yeah, like I say, most of the discs I still have. So it wasn't really getting rid of the physical collection. I'm more sad about my GameCube games because now I'm
Still
trying to get them all back again, and it's very expensive.
Still kind of feels like, though, like for me, very much like I think I would. This is the weird way of thinking, right? But I would honestly rather get rid of the discs as well than just keep the discs and not have the cases. I would rather mourn the loss of the physical product, because to me the case is part of the physical product. And so I've now kind of got this weird kind of like feeling of like discomfort in my gut after you telling me that, and I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I don't like this. Yeah, physical media forever. Like, just can we get more space, please? Can we all have more space in life?
Yeah, I think it's easier in maybe not in Manhattan, but because the UK is a small island and our houses tend to be quite small, like relative to like LA is a sprawl, right? And even relatively kind of like what you call low income housing in LA is so much bigger than a lot of the stuff that you have in the UK. Whereas, yeah, we don't have huge amounts of space. And I was living in London at the time, and I was just like, this cannot stand. Like, I'm in a shoebox, and I'm 6'3". I take up an enormous amount of space, just me. I can't. It's so claustrophobic. Now I have slightly more space, so yeah, there's perfect excuse to get a bunch of physical media back again. But yeah, selling the GameCube games was that realization of just like, I really want all of those, because it was 2 Christmases ago, and I was like, Ritual, gonna watch all of the Lord of the Rings films, really want to play those games again. Oh man, and that's what triggered it. So
that's what triggered it. Yeah,
that's what triggered it.
And now look at you. Look at all that money on the shelf behind you.
I've got my birthday coming up over the weekend, and I've seen a sort of game case shaped package arrive, so I know my wife has got me something. Very
I think
excited.
I think we need to shout out actually our partners for being two of the most incredibly patient people in this world. And the thing is as well, like my partner, she knows it. Look, I've got stuff everywhere, right? But she knows everything I've got. I can't get away with anything. Like, I can't get away with anything like arriving and her being like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I've had that ages." And she's like, "No, you haven't." And it's like, it's like she knows, man. She knows everything. Like, it's a tough one to take. Like, I wouldn't change it for the world, but maybe her memory of my stuff, like maybe I'd take that away from her. Just, just allow me to be free.
Yeah.
God bless
Yeah.
you, wonderful people who
Wonderful,
care for us
wonderful
collectors.
people.
Yes.
But thank you very much for the question, Patrick. Yeah, definitely a nostalgia cycle to a certain extent, but I think people are genuinely rediscovering physical media, and it's been happening in music for a while. Like, you've got a vinyl collection.
Yep.
The little rituals and the little, there's a preservation aspect, but yeah, there's definitely little ritual bits to it as well. Like you say, the snap of a case, the smell of it, like leafing through a manual is I love it. It's so
Honestly,
nice.
man, like, we talk about vinyl, like even just like rebuying all of my favorite albums on vinyl, like, and hunting down like older releases, and yeah, it's something about it, having that in your collection. Like,
Yeah.
it's a special feeling.
I think that's next for me, because I don't I got rid of my CD collection. I burned them all to MP3s and stuck them on a Zune. Um, I don't own any vinyl currently, but I think that might be the next step, because that's a really interesting thing, because we had this conversation the other day in terms of like, what are your top 5, top 10 albums,
Yeah.
and I don't know what that is. I think actually setting, because we talked as well, like a few weeks back, about collecting and how you get going and the reasons behind it, that sort of thing. And I think setting finite limits on a thing is a good thing. So yes, I'm going to go out and work out what my 10 favorite albums are and get those on vinyl. I think that would be really cool.
It's a good start. It's a good start for sure.
Yeah, that's the gateway drug.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Then just having wall to wall again.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a Kallax unit. I'm going to stuff it full of vinyls.
You are finished, mate.
I'm
not
so
lie.
done.
Honestly,
I'm so screwed.
It's all over for you. You are absolutely cooked. Like, honestly, you don't even know it yet. You haven't even started.
The thing is, I do know.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
exactly. Fair. You're only allowed 3 hobbies, and like, I can only collect a finite number of things. It's just like, no, I want it all. I want it all. I do.
I want it now.
I want it now. Thank you, Patrick. I feel we've almost answered this in the last question, but like, Stefan Davenport coming with an absolute banger of a question. Because when Jack likes to put up, you like to put up iconic duos whenever you do the sort of canvassing for questions post for the podcast early in the week. And this week it was Lethal Weapon, which is excellent. And Stefan has asked off the back of that, are you getting too old for this shit? Right. I mean, can someone be too old for gaming? I'm 51 and still gaming as hard as I did when I was 15. Boy, I wish I had the time to game as hard as I did when I was 15. But shout out you, Stefan. That's awesome. And no, I don't think you can be too old for gaming. Love what you like what you like. Do what you want to do. Gaming's great.
Couple of things in there. One, me posting the duo every week is actually my favorite part of this whole thing. I even put that above actually recording the podcast. I love finding a duo and putting that out. I don't know what it is. I just love it. Two, I absolutely love that somebody asked that iconic line. And three, too old for gaming, never till death do us part.
Yep.
That's it.
That's
it. Shout out you, Stefan. You legend.
Dorky Swimmer often asks a bunch of questions over on our Twitter channel for every podcast, but I picked this one out because he's done a special one for you, Jack. He said, love your tattoos. If you were a Yakuza character and you could have an animal tattooed on your back, what would you pick? What would you go for?
It's a cop-out, but because I know somebody with this tattoo and it's insane, he has a giant tiger fighting with a snake. It's just one of the most, it's genuinely one of the most badass things I've ever seen. And the detail on it is just like 10 out of 10. Like it's an insane piece of work. And yeah, it's just a giant tiger up on its like back legs fighting a giant snake. And yeah, just just chuck that on me. I just don't know if I've got to spare like 30 hours to suffer,
30 hours
Um,
and like several grand.
yeah, that too. I mean, there it is. And that's another thing. I mean, I spent so much time getting tattooed. I've got quite a few tattoos, and things go in cycles, right? And now I just can't stop buying clothes. So
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 no
I
one
keep
even gets
thinking,
to see them.
I keep thinking to myself, oh, maybe I'll start getting tattooed again. And then I'm like, oh yeah, but those jeans though. Or like so yeah, really at the moment I can't get out of this clothing cycle. But like there will be a time when I will fill in the gaps. But yeah, for me, just a giant tiger fighting a giant snake, please.
I love
That'd
that.
be sick. Also,
Sub
thank you, Docky.
sub question
Oh,
that I wanted to know. Sub question.
mm-hmm.
Um, what gaming character would you get tattooed on your face if you had to? Someone's forcing you to get a gaming character tattooed on your face to show your love for that character forever. Who is it?
Peppy hair. You know why? Just realizing now. Just realizing now. Just thinking about now. Like people, if someone comes towards you and you see they've got a face tattoo and you're just automatically a little bit frightened. And then you get a bit closer and it's peppy hair and they see you. And when they look at you, you just scream, "Do a barrel roll!" in their face. Just reaffirming that you should be frightened of me because I have peppy hair on my face and I will scream, "Do a barrel roll" in your face.
I love that. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's like,
Do a barrel roll.
Oh, he looks dodge. Oh, what a lovely rabbit. Oh,
or you're supposed to get through. Like, yeah. I mean, there's
just got visions of you rampaging around the south of France, yelling, "Do a barrel roll" into people's faces on the freaking Riviera.
Just with peppy hair on my face. Yeah, let's not do that. Collectors, I have zero plans to get any facial tattoos, and if I did, it certainly wouldn't be peppy hair. But as we're dealing in spontaneity here, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I apologize. That was just the strict parameters of the question.
Thoroughly enjoyed.
That I came up with.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do a barrel.
In the grand tradition of the past few weeks of answering the most important questions on the planet, Luke Scanlon, shout out Luke, has come in with another absolute banger. Would you rather never have to eat again or never have to sleep again?
Never sleep again. Easy. Like, it's a ridiculously easy question. Food's awesome. And also, I don't sleep very well anyway. I feel like some nights I don't sleep, I wait. Yeah. Get sleep gone. It's irrelevant. I can play more games, actually. That would be ideal. No, I didn't have to sleep. I could actually play some of these video games that are just like stacking up that I can't get to. And I say again, food is awesome.
Yeah, food's so great. I'm a big fat man. Food's incredible. And like the biggest problem is that you don't have enough time. So yeah, if I never had to sleep, that unlocks a third of the day.
This is definitely one of those questions, by the way, where you're in your mate's house after being in the pub. It's 4 a.m. You're absolutely hammered, the pair of you, and then one turns to the other and is like, "What would you rather? never having to eat again, or never having to sleep again?" And we've just answered it in 2 seconds flat. That then turns into like an hour-long discussion,
a 2-hour odyssey of just nonsense. The best,
straight through till daylight.
The absolute best. Thanks, Luke. Getting us back onto games, Neil Macy over on Facebook has asked, what is your favorite multiplayer of all time? What number game in that series? If it is a series, mine's Uncharted 2 multiplayer.
Nice. Okay.
Love that for you.
I've actually said this too many times on this pod to count, but we both know what's going to be. It's Time Splitters 2 because it's the greatest couch co-op. For me, like, that game, couch co-op, just heals my soul. Actually split screening that with a friend when I was a kid, just like we do it all the time. Just a wholly wonderful experience. Shout out also to something else I've streamed many times on this pod. Nightfire's multiplayer mode on the map, just you and a friend trying to kill each other and using the rocket launcher with the camera on it. That just brought me endless hours of joy. Just hunting somebody down on the map, seeing him running through the snow and just coming in with a rocket and killing him. Yeah, epic. Yeah, I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. But yeah, Time Splitters 2 for me, without a doubt. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah, I think for me, it's Rocket League in terms of the hours spent in a multiplayer game. It's Rocket League. It's
That's
just
interesting.
it's. I'm rubbish. I'm still rubbish. I've been playing it for the best part of a decade, and I'm still awful.
That is not what I expected you to say.
I can only just aerial. I'm terrible, and it's wonderful. I love it. I got a couple of friends that I play with regularly, and that's the way to do it, because like the randoms can be very, very annoying. So yeah, get a mate or two. To be fair, this is the way with most multiplayer games. Like, get a mate or two, jump in, jumpers for goalposts, but with rocket powered RC cars.
Oh, memories.
It's great. But shout out to a few things from my youth, namely Streets of Rage 2, just side-scrolling beat 'em up awesomeness. Also Captain America and the Avengers, because that was far less great, but also played it to death. So much fun. Mortal Kombat Trilogy and 4, like Mortal Kombat 4. Spent so much time playing Mortal Kombat 4 with mates. And then there's just like the GOATs, So Time Splitters 2, obviously amazing. GoldenEye the Granddaddy, and pretty much any Mario Kart you can name. It's just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. And then shout out, and I can't believe we made it this far, but shout out Halo.
Wow. I mean, how long
Halo 3, Halo Reach in particular, just SWAT, Halo 4 SWAT. It's awesome. But yeah, going through doing the co-op legendary runs of like 1, 2 less so, but like 1, 2, 3 Reach. So good.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, like, you didn't mention Halo at all in the last pod. No, you're healing, man. Look at you. Look at all that hard work you've just undone in one sentence. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, death, taxes, and Matt saying Halo.
Beautiful times. Shame Microsoft ruined it. Thanks, Neil.
Completely off topic for a second. Did you ever play UN Squadron on the SNES?
No.
That's the hardest game I've ever played. Like, honestly, like, it's ridiculous. Like, unless you had the Game Genie cartridge where you just like didn't have to die. That game was the only way I ever got to see the end of that game as a kid, because you just turned like unlimited, like just no damage on, and you just
cartridges.
Yeah, but I will honestly say that it's an amazing game. UN Squadron. It's epic, but it's so unbelievably difficult. And yeah, I actually get into the end of that game and seeing the final boss, I was like, this isn't even possible. Like, how, like ridiculous. But shout out UN Squadron. I loved it. Even if I could only actually complete like the first 2 levels, anything after that was beyond hard. Have a look at it. I mean, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Take a look on YouTube.
I'll give it a gander. Biz, thank you very much for the question, Neil. Penultimate one comes in from Sean over on Facebook, who asks, has your taste in games changed over the years? For example, I always used to be hyped and play the latest FIFA or WWE release, whereas these days I am more for story-driven games, and I barely even look at the former loves.
So 100%, like, when we were teenage years, especially, like comprehensive school years, like, absolutely lived for FIFA. Played FIFA more than anything else, because you go over to your friend's house, they'd come over to your place, you'd play FIFA. Like that's what you would do. So yeah, and now I can honestly say I play FIFA once a year at Gamescom. And that's the only time I play or want to play it. In truth, I have zero care for it anymore. So it's like, it's crazy how, like, again, it all comes back to like limited gaming time, and we've said it a lot, but like, I don't want to jump on and play a game of football. Like, I watch enough football. Like, I want to play a story-driven game. I want something that's gonna like completely grip me and make me think, and make me angry, and make me sad, and make me happy. All FIFA ever did was make me rage. I think about it. Do you know what I mean? Like all it ever did was just make me really angry. I loved it. It was the competitive nature of it with friends growing up, right? But yeah, is there anything worse than your mate scoring a sweaty goal in the 94th minute? Like just you want to just yeah. It's not,
Well, it makes you just want to go 2-footed in on the keeper 5 times and then forfeit the game.
Remember red card? Remember the game red card? You could just like follow the ref and stuff and just yeah.
Slow motion Matrix style finishes in the box. Brilliant.
I'm so here for it. I'm sure there
I
was.
don't think I actually have that. I think I need to get that for my GameCube collection. I don't think I've got red card football. I need
sure
to
there was
remedy that.
A PES or a FIFA which allowed you to dive. Maybe not.
Oh
FIFA,
yeah, there was a dive button,
yeah,
and a shoulder button, and I think it was like FIFA 99 was like one of the shoulder buttons and C up on the N64, something like that.
Crazy.
There were for several years. There was definitely a dive button.
You've just mentioned the N64, and now you have reminded me of the truly iconic game that was France '98 on the N64. FIFA World Cup France '98. I had it for my birthday, and what a game! And then having Chumbawamba load at the startup, like, take us back.
Simpler times.
Yes, indeed.
Simpler times.
Indeed. So yes is the answer to that question. My taste has 100% changed, and even LinkedIn, like with LinkedIn, even linked to the question that like FIFA and things like that. That was definitely my bread and butter growing up with mates, and now I have zero compulsion to play it.
Yeah, I don't think my tastes have changed as much as my time has changed.
Yeah.
I still think there's a part of me that would like and I guess opportunity as well. Like I don't have mates just over the road and just around the corner these days because you geographically sort of scattered to the wind as adults, really. Like but so the opportunity to play games like sort of local FIFA, which is the best way to play FIFA, or I loved WWF No Mercy. No Mercy, so good, right, on the N64, just absolutely brilliant. Like started with WCW versus NWO Revenge, then No Mercy, just absolutely wonderful. So yeah, the annualized stuff I get into less. Every so often I might grab FIFA sort of well into a season, or grab WWE well into a sort of cycle, and just see what's cooking. But I don't pre-order them anymore. I'm not there day one. Because like you, I'm like, my time is super precious and I need to spend it playing usually single player story driven games, because there are so many great ones, and my backlog is huge, and that's the other thing. The backlog just grows over time as well. I didn't really have a backlog when I was like 15. Now it's a mile long, so it's more difficult to justify, I suppose, right?
And I've definitely said this before, but it's one of those kind of like really, really overwhelming thoughts that my backlog is going to outlive me. Like there's going to be games that like I really want to play that I won't get to, and then I'll die. Like what a gutter that is. Like it's a very real thing, man. There are so many games I want to play.
So that's another 4 a.m. thought, isn't it? Can't sleep, just staring at spiders on the ceiling, thinking about all the games I won't be able to play after I kick the bucket.
Yeah, only I'm having that thought at 11:23 a.m. Like and all I've had is a cup of coffee. Like, you know what I mean? It's a very real thought. It's like, some of those games will never get played, and I'll be buried and gone. And yeah. Apart from that, I'm fine though.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. Look at me. I'm a tower of strength.
As the song at the start said, it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, I don't think my taste has changed that much. It's just I don't get to play the wide variety that I used to. So like I used to play. To be fair, I used to play a lot of PC games. Command and Conquer, Heroes of Might and Magic, lots of strategy stuff, Civ. Shout out Red Alert 2, what a game. And I play far fewer of those. And that's not necessarily because I don't like them. It's just that I don't have the luxury of just being able to sort of jump into them as much as I used to. Because like you've got to be more careful, like when you have fewer hours with which to play. And also is that I work from home. I spend all my time at my desk, at my PC, and when it gets to sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm like, I do not want to be in this room, in this space anymore.
No, that's it,
Um,
right?
so yeah, like if my PlayStation's actually up here connected to a TV that is in here, but if I want to, so when I was playing Yote, it was downstairs, like rather than playing up here because I have to leave this space because it's too workified. So yeah, PC gaming these days, I struggle with it because it's um yeah, the seat I'm sat in is the seat I've been in all day. It's not relaxing for me. The vibes are
No.
off. So it's harder to kind of get into that, which is a bit sad.
Like I again, not getting related, but I jumped back on the laptop obviously I'm an hour ahead over here. So yeah, I jumped on the laptop last night just after 11 for the Crimson Desert scores, and I'm sat here, and it only took me like 10 minutes, but I was like, this is horrible. It's dark. I'm sat here on this like, no, this is not, no, this isn't right. But yeah, it's strange, right? How the workspace at certain times can just be like not where you, and obviously not, you don't live to work, but like there's certain times you're just like, no, get me out of this chair. This is not okay.
It's weird when back when I started out in the industry and I was reviewing games for a living. Like I was living in a house share with my best mate and his missus and
And
not
a
flat
wall of
share,
DVDs.
flat share, and a wall of DVDs. Well, no, this was before the wall of DVDs.
Ah, okay. This is
They
before the Great Wall.
they were still in storage at that point in time, but yeah, I'd spend all day in one room and then I'd play because like I didn't have my stuff hooked up to the TV because I'd have to play for hours to review things, right? So
Mhm.
like I didn't want to deprive, like the living room was a safe space in essence. Um, but yeah, it was there'd be entire days that I'd just spend in one room, and it's just like this is
Mm.
sometimes it's unavoidable, right? Like, but
Like COVID.
well,
Yeah,
well, exactly,
but it was
exactly that. That's why
horrible.
we all
It
went
was,
stir crazy, right?
yeah, it was horrific.
So yeah, trying to find some way to have an element of separation is why I don't really PC game anymore. So that habit has definitely changed. Um, I don't really like playing games on a laptop because I don't really play PC games like on PC with a mouse. And just doing it on a trackpad is awful. It's horrible. Don't like that at all. So no.
Down with this sort of thing.
Down with the careful now.
Definitely.
But yeah, let us know in the comments, folks, if your gaming tastes have changed over the years, like and why? Because I think the why is often more is kind of often more interesting. But yeah, if your taste has genuinely changed, because yeah, like I say, I don't think mine has. I just don't think I've got the time to have as much taste. But yeah, let us know. Let us know. And the last question comes in from Liam Sincox, who asks, and if this is relevant to you and you've made it this far, thank you so much. And welcome. But he asks, if someone has never watched your channel, never listened to the podcast, what episode or video segment should they start with and why? And he very, very kindly says, I recommend a compilation of Matt's songs.
I think I responded to him on Twitter when he sent that question, and I was like, absolute scenes when we drop an album. Like it's gonna be biblical. I would suggest, if you are this way inclined and wish to see two silly lads talk about video games under the game collection heading, Games Gone is a good place to start because two of us are in the same room together. And you see the love we have for each other, not just over Microsoft Teams. It's a very real thing. It's a love connection, man. Or also, again, the recent episode, or a farming chicken, because it's definitely the best title of any pod that we've done. And also, it was just after the state of play. And there was some meaty stuff in there, some really good stuff to talk about. So from that, and plus I never thought I'd get to say or see an Aura farming chicken. But there we are. So those are my two picks, to be honest. Game's gone because we're in the same room together, I think, and it's real love.
Yeah, I was going to say the same one. I think it helps as well that I think by that point there's the best part of 20 episodes under our belt. So I'm not saying the first ones are bad, but like we've definitely gotten into our groove by that point.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah, as you say, love connection. But
Petition
honestly,
to
sorry.
No, I was just going to say petition to like delete the first 10 episodes because, let's be honest, they're really not going to be great, are they?
Well,
in fact,
I don't know. Some of the musical numbers are still not bad.
Okay, so maybe delete. So watch the first 10 minutes and scrap the rest. There we go. Wonderful plan, collectors.
I do
join
think,
us in the recent episodes.
I do think because we tend to talk about sort of like the main releases or the main news of the week before diving into community questions.
Yeah.
I do think, yeah, just sort of have a little look back and see if there are any topics that interest you. There's usually a little blurb that kind of touches on some of the main stuff that we chat about. But like that'd be my recommendation. I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think you just jump in. Yeah. But obviously like the more recent episodes will be more relevant. So
yeah.
you don't need to have listened to previous episodes. We don't have continuity arcs, multi episode narrative threads. We might refer to previous episodes, but we'll usually recap what was said. So yeah, just jump in, have a laugh, get involved in the comments. Please leave us a review because it really helps. Wherever you're listening to the pod, yeah, drop us a follow on Spotify, Apple, drop us a sub on YouTube, and yeah, like every little helps. Every little helps.
Maybe we need to start putting this at the start.
Yes, probably should. But yeah, we out. Thanks, folks.
We out.
Thank you very much for all of your questions, as per usual. And yeah, let us know if you're picking up Crimson Desert. Let us know what you make of it when you do. Yeah, fascinating title, super ambitious. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you folks think of it. I'm gonna try and dive into it. But like it's like 100 hours plus. So that plus Baldur's Gate might be a bit too much for me. I don't know.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But I definitely wanna give it a crack and see how it stacks up, especially because you and I went hands on with it sort of last year, see how it's come on. But yeah, let us know if you're picking up Crimson Desert. Let us know, yeah, would you rather never have to eat or never have to sleep? Let us know if your tastes have changed over the years. Let us know if you let go of your physical media collection and if you started a quest to get it all back again, like so many of us have. And for all of your physical gaming needs,
check out the game collection.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Thanks for listening, folks.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.